Finding a job, applying for a job, and getting a job is quite a job in and of itself. Now that the job of getting a job is almost done, it's time to talk about what can and will happen after the interview. Life after the interview can be a lot of waiting and hoping for the phone to ring. But in the meantime, here's what you can do. Follow up with the company, know your next steps, understand your compensation, and prep yourself for your future career. After an interview, a thank you card can make all the difference when employers are choosing between you and another candidate. Now, a handwritten card is best, but an email can also work in some instances. Now, be sure to personally thank each of your interviewers for their time and reiterate your interest in the position. Now, this is also a great time to repeat your qualifications that match the job's needs. For instance, you could say, "In addition to my enthusiasm, I will bring strong writing skills and the attention to detail needed to fill the administrative position." This is also where you can incorporate any information you may have forgotten to mention during the interview. Most job applicants drop the ball on the follow-up. They either wait around to hear something back or they're too urgent and needy. The Job Genius, the interview video, offers some great advice about how to set up the follow-up during the interview. So to review, you should know the hiring timeline and when you should expect to hear from the hiring manager again. This will give you a good idea of when to reach out for more information. If you haven't heard back in the allotted time, write a short note reiterating your interest in the position and thanking the interviewer for their time. If you had heard back, all the better. You'll be asked to meet again to finalize the offer. Now, before things become official, you have a little more homework to do. Sorry, but a dictionary is the only place that success comes before work. If you haven't already, go online and research pay ranges for similar positions. Make sure your research is based on the city your position is located in because pay differs by where you are on the map. The minimum wage varies as well. Minimum wage is the minimum an employer is required to pay their employees by law, so make a point to know this too. Be prepared to talk money. It may be taboo, but being transparent with your new employer now is vital to your happiness later. You'll want to know if the position is based on an hourly pay rate or if it's a salaried position. An hourly pay rate means your pay is determined by the number of hours you work. Laws vary state by state, but typically with hourly paid positions, if you work more than 40 hours in a week, you will receive overtime pay. Hourly workers can be full-time or part-time employees. In Canada, for hourly paid workers, overtime pay is usually considered after an average of more than 44 hours a week. If the position is salaried, your wages are divided equally between pay periods and you will receive the same amount each paycheck. Now, if this is your first job or a new career path, consider accepting a job offer, even if the pay is slightly low, or at least until you gain skills and more experience. Then you can ask for a raise later, because sometimes it's not always about the money. Experience matters. It's also important to keep in mind that your salary is more than just a wage. Your compensation is also negotiable and could include benefits like health insurance, 401k retirement program, education benefits, and more. When it comes to your future career, learning how to professionally discuss your pay and compensation can pay off in a big way. First, always be in the know. Salary.com has up-to-date information available to you. It will provide the data you need to be realistic in your negotiations and your wage expectations. Another site that can be helpful in learning about salaries is Glassdoor.com. Having the ability to negotiate means you can discuss and modify the offer given to you. And sharing your salary history helps with understanding your value. You're armed with knowledge, and that's quite attractive to an employer. All right, so now you got your job and your salary in the bag. Things are going swimmingly. It's almost time for your exciting first day on the job. But get ready to check a few things off your preparation list. Appropriate attire. Know the dress code in your new workplace. Pick an outfit that looks put together, professional, and is appropriate for the environment. Be comfortable and look like yourself. Don't overdo it here. Compose a portfolio or a notebook with official documents that human resources will need to obtain from you on your first day. This may include a driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, or passport. Keep these documents in a safe place while you work your first day. Additionally, consider bringing a blank, voided check for direct deposit so you can start bringing in the dough. Blank sheets of paper are going to be valuable for note-taking, and you'll want to take lots of notes. Location. Do you know how long it takes to get to your new workplace? Be sure to allow yourself enough time to arrive 15 minutes early. and account for possible traffic. Also, know where to park, what door to enter, and who you are meeting with upon arrival. Let's talk attitude. You're obviously thrilled to have landed your new job, right? So make sure your new coworkers know it. Being on your A game and bringing a positive attitude on day one is a must. Plus, smiles are contagious, and people will want to be around you more. You're a great catch, so let it show. And speaking of making friends, I know you love your besties, but you are in a professional work environment now, so don't be attached to that cell phone while you're on the job. Also, be aware that social media use on computers can be screened, so stay focused while you're at work, and you'll have time for social media later. You're also going to be a whole lot more productive, trust me. Remember to ask thoughtful questions that you may have on your mind during this time. Now, a first day at a new job can be overwhelming, but these people are there to help you. They all want to see you succeed. Learn your coworkers' names as soon as you can. And you're building a lot of new relationships all at once, and first impressions are critical. So you made it through your first day, and soon enough, you'll be getting that first paycheck. Thought I'd pique your interest with that, huh? Now, just so you're prepared, there are a few things regarding your regular pay that you may want to know. Initially, you'll be filling out what's called a W-4. Now in Canada, it'll be the TD1 personal tax credit return. Now this is how federal income taxes get withheld from your pay. That's right, I said withheld. You see, you can call it withholdings or deductions. Either way, what you bring home is not the same as what you're paid. Now there are two amounts of income or pay that'll show up on your paycheck stub: gross pay and net pay, and they will be different. Gross pay is the total you've earned during this pay period. Now comes that withholding part. A percentage of your pay will be deducted to pay federal income taxes, and another percentage may be deducted to pay state income taxes, and still another may be deducted to pay local income taxes. Now this is all based on the W-4 form you completed. Next is FICA. Now in the US, this has two parts. Currently, 6.2% of your pay is withheld for Social Security and 1.45% is withheld for Medicare. In Canada, there is a CPP, Canada Pension Plan deduction of 4.95%. These next withholdings will vary job to job. Insurance, the amount you pay to be part of the employer health insurance plan. It may include dental and/or vision insurance. Retirement, the amount you've decided to contribute to a retirement savings plan, usually called a 401k plan in the US. Charity, the amount companies allow you to contribute to charities directly. And finally, you get to your net pay. Now, this is the amount you receive for that pay period after the withholdings. So the net pay is yours to deposit in your bank account, and the gross pay is mostly yours, but not right now. Good to know, isn't it? Well, you've made it this far, and it's time to let you get to it. You've landed your gig and rocked your first day. You've received your first paycheck and are on your way to starting a career. A career, a job, is there a difference? There is. Every job you take is part of your career path. And having a plan from the start will ensure that you can navigate all the twists and turns to come. The Job Genius Education Series is presented by Express Employment Professionals. Visit expresspros.com to learn more. Jump on board. Your future awaits. Learning how to develop a career path will complete your Job Genius education. Watch the Job Genius Selecting a Career Path video next to learn all about it.